Hello, all my fellow freedom lovers. This is Darko 2012 with Global Government News, and I'm covering a mainstream Reuters article uh, that's talking about Turkey censoring their internet. It says they're blocking 3,700 websites. Reform needed, and this is what you'd call propaganda, right? Because if you don't live in the United States, if you don't live in China, if you don't live in Australia, and you don't live in the United States, where there is, United States is, we don't have these blocks going on like China or now Australia, but we're getting there. We just had our Obama's information czar call for banning all free speech and Second Amendment gun rights. So it's getting closer here in the U.S. But I've posted articles about the UK. They had some real strict legislation get passed out there that makes it really hard to not be censored as far as internet traffic goes. It going through a main server and hub. Um, I just posted an article yesterday that documented the Italian Parliament saying that all uploads going onto the internet would have to go through their government filter. So, um, so now you have the UK, you have uh, Italy, Australia, like I said, the United States, and definitely China. But this is why it's propaganda because it's like saying, "Oh, bad, bad Turkey, bad, bad China," but at the same time, the UK, Australia, and the United States government themselves are making passive, but at the same time aggressive moves. I'm saying passive in the sense that they're doing it in darkness. They're doing it without the people knowing about it. They're just pushing for it, and the people that are in these positions, like the information czar for Obama, is a anti-free speech, um, communist loving, um, eco science reading eugenicist, and so they don't want you to have free speech, and so they make you think that you have it by bashing countries like Turkey and China for having these blocks on, as if our internet and our emails and our Google searches aren't being stored and monitored. I mean, that's totally ridiculous. So this is another way, as far as like David Icke likes to say, the prison without the bars. This is where you can see the bars, right? And then here in the U.S., where you can't see the bars. You're not being blocked yet. But let's go on and read what they have to say. Vienna Reuters, Europe's main security and human rights watchdog, said on Monday that Turkey was blocking some 3,700 internet sites for arbitrary and political reasons and urged reforms to show its commitment to freedom of expression. It says Milo Haraszti, media freedom monitor for the 56 nation Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, said Turkey's internet law was failing to preserve free expression in the country and should be changed or abolished. In its current form, Law 5651, commonly known as the Internet Law of Turkey, not only limits freedom of expression but severely restricts citizens' rights to access information, Haraszti said in a statement. He said Turkey, a European Union candidate, was barring access to 3,700 internet sites, including YouTube, GeoCities, and some Google pages, because Ankara's internet law was too broad and subject to political interests. Even as some of the content is deemed bad, such as child pornography, must be sanctioned, the law is unfit to achieve this. Instead, by blocking access to entire websites from Turkey, it paralyzes access to numerous modern file sharing and social networks. It goes on to say that some of the official reasons to block the internet are arbitrary and political, and therefore incompatible with the freedom of expression commitments. Asked about the OSCE remarks, a Turkish Transport and Communications Ministry official who asked not to be named told Reuters, quote, Turkey provides unlimited and equal access for all parts of society. It is above the EU average on this issue. The regulations over internet have a dynamic structure, and necessary legal changes are made when problems are detected in implementation, the official added. Just finishing up here, it says Haraszti said Turkish law was still failing to safeguard freedom of expression. and numerous criminal code clauses were being used against journalists who risked being sent to jail as a result. Fears for press freedom in Turkey have risen following the state's attempt to collect $3.3 billion in fines from media group Dogan and a tax row, part of pressure on Dogan to obey a law limiting foreign ownership of Turkish firms. And in October, the European Commission's annual report on Turkey's progress towards the EU membership urged Turkey to treat Dogan fairly and said Ankara needed to do more to protect freedom of expression in the press. So it's kind of like treating them, like treating Turkey like little children, like they're gonna get a treat or something, or a dog, like you're gonna get a treat if you do what we do. See, just be like us. You can have cameras everywhere spying on your citizens. You can monitor their emails. You can build psychological profiles based off Google searches. You can do all that, and they won't even know. You can do all that. You don't have to put up all these blocks. Be like us. Join the EU. And if you do that, hey, you can still censor. You can still, you know, build profiles on your citizens. You can still do all that. And if you do that, hey, maybe you can be one of us. So thank you for paying attention or just checking this out. And leave your comments. Thanks.